Hey everyone, this is Mike, and today we're taking a break from the Final Fantasy videos, and I'll be talking about some other games that I'm playing at the moment. We're getting close to the release of Endwalker, and seeing how I've mostly finished up everything that I wanted to do pre-expansion, I thought it would be a good idea to cut down on my playtime in 14 a little bit, so that when the expansion comes out, I can head in being all the more excited for it. Because right now there isn't much that I want to do in the game, and if I were to force myself to keep playing just for the sake of playing, then I'll probably burn myself out before Endwalker comes out, and I wouldn't want to do that. So what are the other games that I've been playing to keep myself busy? Well, there's actually quite a few. The one that is the most funny to me is Teamfight Tactics. Now this is one that I've always enjoyed playing in bursts, usually when the new set comes out, but the timing is what makes it a bit funny to me. So if I were to go back to the release of Shadowbringers, me and some other friends from my static that I was in back then were also a bit in the slump of we want to play something that isn't 14, but we don't really know what game that is. And about 2 weeks before the release of Shadowbringers, both Teamfight Tactics from League of Legends and Underlords from Dota 2 ended up releasing. They're both very similar games in the sense that they're both auto-battlers, but at the time after trying both, we decided to stick with Underlords for the 2 weeks until Shadowbringers came out. Now, over the years, I've shifted to playing TFT instead because I just prefer the gameplay of it compared to Underlords, but now we're again in the same situation. It's about 3 weeks before the next expansion comes out, don't really feel like playing 14 all that much, and of course, TFT's new set is coming out 2 weeks prior to Endwalker. Now, I've already been playing the new set on the beta client, which I've also done a stream of that a few days ago, but the official release of the new set will be 2 weeks before Endwalker, so I'm probably just going to be playing that a fair bit to pass the time, kinda like how I played Underlords before the Shadowbringers release. Then over the last few days I've also returned to Ori and the Will of the Wisps. Ended up playing this game a lot when it first came out, and back then I was planning on 100%ing the game, but that didn't end up happening. There's still 2 more achievements that I have left to complete. A Deathless run and a hard mode playthrough. So over the last few days I decided to start up a new run to get familiar with the game again, which I'm getting close to finishing that playthrough now. And then once I finish that, it's time to get those last 2 achievements. I'm gonna try to get that done before the new TFT set comes out so that I don't end up putting it on the back burner again like I did when the game first came out. Moving on, we have Destiny 2. At the moment, playing the game very casually, logging in mainly to do the raid once a week with my raid group, and then here or there, whenever I get the itch to play, I'll also work on some of my seasonal challenges, because once Endwalker comes out, I want to spend most of my time playing that instead, so that's why I want to get as many of the challenges out of the way before Endwalker arrives, because I know that once it's here, I wouldn't want to spend much time in Destiny 2, but I still really enjoy Destiny, still my favorite shooter, and the raids have always been what I enjoy most about the game. So it's great that me and some friends finally decided to set up that dedicated raid group so that we can just come together once a week and play for maybe an hour or 2 and then see what we can get done. We've mainly been doing the latest raid to get ourselves geared up, because every time a new season comes out, the item level gets raised, and doing the raid is a great way to level up, but we've also been going back doing some of the old raids here or there to try and get some of our guys the old raid exotics from Last Witch and the Garden of Salvation, for example, so that has been a lot of fun. Another game that I'm playing very casually right now is Closers. I know I haven't made a video on Closers for a while now, but yes, I still play the game. Definitely not as much as I used to, because I kind of burned myself out on the game not too long ago, which I guess that's just what kind of happens with these types of games. They're very grindy, and sometimes the grind just gets to you, but I've still been playing it here or there, and seeing how we've also got some new content come out, I'll probably be playing it a little bit more actively again, especially because a friend of mine also decided to return to the game, so I'm helping him get caught up with gear so he can also join with the new in-game content, and while I'm helping him, I'm also grabbing some gear from my alts, so it's a win-win situation. He gets someone to help him gear up, I get a friend to play with, so it kind of motivates me to log into the game as well, and my alts also get the gear that they've been wanting for quite some time now. It's not that I don't enjoy playing the game by myself, because even now I still solo most of the stuff that I can, but it's nice to have a duo partner around for the content that would otherwise take that little bit longer to clear. And that leaves us with the gacha games. I know I don't really cover them much on this channel, because honestly it's not really something that I've wanted to make content on specifically, with maybe the exception of Genshin Impact, because I have made some videos on that in the past, but overall I don't really make content around these types of games. But just because I don't make content on them doesn't mean I don't have a crippling addiction. So which gacha games have I been playing? Well, the one that I've been playing the longest would be Epic 7. I think it's been almost 3 years now at this point that I've been playing it, but outside of the PvP the game just kind of plays itself, so it's usually just doing its own thing in the background. Another one is World Flipper. This one got a global release not too long ago, but I've always played on the Japanese server for about 2 years now, I think. So because I've already invested so much time on the JP server, I just can't be asked starting over on the global one. But it's a very unique game, quite enjoyable to play from time to time, although just like with Epic 7, the game mostly plays itself, especially because there's no PvP in this one. But I guess trying to get the top score in your co-op lobbies could be what makes you want to make your teams as strong as they can be. And then, as I mentioned before, there's Gangshin Impact. Been playing this one since it released last year, and I don't see myself quit anytime soon either. The Inazuma expansion has been great so far, as I'm someone that enjoys the exploration aspect of the game the most. And with this expansion we've had a new island or two to explore each patch, which has been good fun. I do think that we've now got all of the islands for this expansion, but still, I enjoyed the gradual rollout of the islands rather than getting everything at once. I guess one last noteworthy mention would be punishing Grey Raven. Now, the reason why this is more of a mention rather than something that I will be playing is because I've been thinking about quitting this one for a little while. It's not that the game is bad by any means, but as with many gacha games, it's repetitive, and I feel like I burn myself out on this one a lot faster than I do on the others that I play. Might just be because I'm playing way too many gacha games at the same time, and this is the last one that I picked up, hence why it's also first on the list to go, because the time investment is just much lower when I compare it to the other ones that I play, but still a bit on the fence about it. I'll most likely end up dropping it anyways, because let's be honest, I'm already playing way too many gacha games, and once Endwalker comes out, I won't have time for all of them. Epic 7 and World Flipper I can just play on the side, as they pretty much play themselves, but if I have to make a choice between Genshin Impact and Punishing Grey Raven, then I think Punishing is the one that has to go. But anyways, those are some of the games that I've been keeping myself busy with these last few weeks, and they will also be the primary games that I'll be playing until Endwalker comes out. Let me know what games you've been playing outside of 14, or are you just sticking with 14 until the expansion arrives? Let me know down below. But for now, I want to thank you for watching, I want to thank my Patreons for their support, and I'll see you in the next one.